All right. Well, hello, Alignable community. We are so excited to be hosting our office hours session with Viva HR today, who will be sharing insights on how you can leverage an applicant tracking system to streamline your hiring process. Now, just a quick note that we are going to get started in just a few moments to give folks the chance to hop on with us live. During this session, please make sure to ask questions in the chat as we will be answering them at the end. But in the meantime, I would love to introduce you to Desiree Lopez and Danielle Houseknecht from Viva HR. Desiree is a seasoned professional with a profound understanding of how applicant tracking systems can revolutionize the hiring landscape. Desiree collaborates closely with Viva HR's partners to ensure both a seamless integration and exceptional customer support process. Danielle is a seasoned customer success manager with a proven track record of providing exceptional customer support and guidance. Her expertise lies in optimizing the hiring process, enhancing the candidate experience, and driving successful outcomes. With years of experience serving the small business community, Desiree and Danielle have a passion for helping small businesses recruit and hire the best talent. We are so grateful that they will be joining us today and sharing their expertise on how you can streamline your hiring efforts. With that, Desiree and Danielle, please take it away.
Perfect. That was an amazing introduction. Thank you so much, Eric. We're so happy to be here. I'm Desiree. I am the partner manager with Viva HR, and I'm here to talk about Viva HR and how using the software can really help you when it comes to your hiring and recruiting services. Not to really ditto what Eric said, but that's what I'm here to do, and I want to talk to you about. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the importance of using applicant tracking software, such as Viva HR, as well as how it can address some of the pain points that you have and you may have experienced either in the past or even right now as we speak. Also, we'll address the importance of nurturing candidates, even if you feel as if you don't have any openings right now, but how nurturing can also play a big role in helping you get that great talent. And I'm also going to go over one of the great features that Viva HR has that really makes people stick with us, the culture profile. So first and foremost, hiring. We know that it is and can be a big pain point for SMBs. We really cater to the small to medium-sized business owner. And the reason why is because we know that a lot of the times you may not have a designated HR team. You're not going to probably have a full-time hiring manager. And a lot of the times that hiring is going to be based on the business owner or maybe the office manager. And so there's a lot of things that you have on your plate. And sometimes taking the time to post the job ad on those job boards, the 100+ job boards that are out there, how do you know which one will be the most effective? How do you know how to write an effective job description? How do you know the importance and the relevance of keywords that you want to put in those job descriptions to attract the right person? We essentially give you those tools. And not only that, but we can also, we have a library full of resources and templates that we can give you to essentially give you your time back. For example, the home services business owner, the one who's out on the field, we know a lot of the times that business owner is on the field, taking calls, helping clients, may not be able to be in front of the computer all the time. We also know that a small private practice owner, maybe they have a bunch of patients that they have to work with. They have a lot to manage and they don't have the time to necessarily manage those candidates that come through. But we're going to give you those tools to do it. So at the end of this, I'm going to just do a really quick demo so you can see and have that visual on how it works. But the other thing I mentioned was nurturing. Now, one of the big things that may come up is, well, I'm currently staffed right now. I don't really need an applicant tracking system, but maybe in the future. This is a success story that we've had for multiple candidates, but even though you may not necessarily have a job that you're looking to fill, the importance of nurturing, when you have an open job ad and you have those candidates that are coming in, you have the ability to go through those resumes, for example, and you can look at those resumes and you can nurture them. So you can, if you found a resume that really caught your eye and that person looked like an amazing potential fit for your company, this will give you the tools to send an email and say, hey, I was very impressed with your resume. right now we just filled a position that may be a little white lie, but you're basically reaching out and creating this relationship with this candidate. And if we all know what it feels like to receive an email from a recruiter or from a job that we apply to, that job seeker is going to be so appreciative and so grateful of that email. So when you're initiating that nurturing relationship, what could happen is that maybe in the future, if maybe that person that either A, you hired 6 months back, maybe it didn't work out, or maybe you just got so busy and you need that additional person, you have this potential candidate that you had been nurturing already and kept in communication with, could be a great prospect, and a simple email can be sent to that candidate to really help you fill that position quickly without having to go through that stress of, how do I write this job ad? How do I go through all these resumes? Because you did that work when it comes to nurturing. So a lot of the times that can be something that is not looked at when it comes to the recruiting process. Many people just feel as if business owners, well, I don't have an open job right now, so there's no point in posting a job ad. But that is something that can really be relevant for you and can just really streamline that process for you and just make your life easier. Culture profile, that is another thing that I talked about. When you're posting a job onto all these platforms, it's always important to really stand out. When you put ourselves in the shoes of a job seeker, you have to keep in mind when they sit in front of that computer and they're applying for jobs, usually they're going to average about 7 to 8 job applications each time they sit in front of a computer. So job seeker behavior, they get into this robot mode where they just copy and paste, or, the cover letter, copy and paste their resume and not really pay attention to it or pay attention to even the job that they're applying for. Unfortunately, that's the case. Sometimes they may not remember a job they applied for. They're just going through the motion. So what the culture profile does, and this is really what makes VIVAHR VIVAHR, it's all about bringing your job ad to life. And so what we have the ability to do is we can create this culture profile where you have the ability to upload photos, upload videos, upload employee testimonials to let this job seeker know what it could be like to work for you. So it's all about creating that emotional connection and really resonating within that job seeker. So when they see your job profile or see the job ad, they're going to remember you because you're the one that had all these great photos of all these employee appreciation events or pizza party Fridays, and who doesn't want to be a part of that? Because as we know, in today's world, culture is a big thing. That is a huge thing that job seekers look for. They want to feel appreciated. They want to feel like that company they're potentially could work for really takes care of their employees. And there's nothing better than be able to provide a nice little tidbit by providing pictures, by providing videos, by providing employee testimonials to give them that idea. So it's about creating that initial emotional connection. So that is what VIVAHR is all about. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just share my screen really quickly with you. I know we only have about 20 additional minutes, and I really want to save time for Danielle to talk about effective job description writing and some tips and suggestions to make sure that your job has relevancy within those job boards. But what I'm going to show you when I share my screen with you is I'm going to show you how we streamline and how we can automate this process for you. So if you just bear with me a few seconds here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen, make sure I have the correct one. And can you guys see everything okay? Thumbs up. Perfect. Okay. So this is the dashboard. Automating and streamlining your hiring process is what we're all about because we want to give you your time back and we want to make it more focused for you. So on this main dashboard, you can see all your candidates, all of your active jobs. On the right, you can see all these resources that are available for you. So if you need support in writing a job description, a job offer template, an email template, they're all here. On the left are all of our buckets. And so automating the process really begins in the settings section. So you include all of your company profile right here. And so I won't go through everything with you. I can always do a customized demo for you in the future if you're interested. But what I like to call the automation magic, it begins in this pipeline stage. So this is where for every single job that you have open, you create this pipeline. And this is my demo account. So this is why you see a lot of them on here. But in these stages, this is the stage that you will assign your job. So it could be an entry-level job, it could be a managerial position. But the great thing is that in every stage that you have, which you can customize, you can assign what we call a stage action. So when you change a candidate I pushed apply, so I'll use as an example. Any person who applied for your job will automatically be in the applied status. You can immediately send an email, you can immediately send a questionnaire or a SMS text message that will be sent directly to the candidate without you having to worry about doing it individually. So this is a stage action that will be immediate that you apply to that stage. So this is how easy that can be. So maybe you have an automatic template that you want to send to people you change to interview. You can say, select send email, and in an email template, you can say, I would like to invite you for an interview. Please click this link or please call our office and we would love to get you set up. So this is really where that automation and streamlining begins, because once again, it boils back to helping you manage this process and making it easier for you. So that is a pipeline stage. Culture profiles. This is where you would set that up. Really quickly, can you see this tab, the Director of Communications? Yes, thumbs up. Okay, thank you, Danielle. So this is a perfect example of what we mean by culture profile and how you can utilize it to help you attract that right candidate. One of our clients here in Arizona uses this to perfection. As you can see, when a person who opens up this job ad on the careers page of the website, they immediately see photos. They see a job or a description of the company. They see this amazing video, promotional video that talks about the company and what it's like to work for them. And then it gets into the job description. What we've noticed is that those companies who really utilize a culture profile, the conversion rate of that job seeker who just looks at the job to applying increases significantly. So we're looking at about an 80% conversion rate of a job seeker who's just going to read the job description and not apply versus those who actually apply. So this is a perfect example of what a culture profile looks like and how to use it to your advantage to find that right candidate. So I'm going to switch back here. There's also questionnaires. A questionnaire is another great feature to help you weed through those candidates. If you have a job that just so happens to get 80 candidates that came through, how will you weed through them? How will you be able to find out who you want to spend time on? So you can create questionnaires and have them immediately sent to your candidates. We have a very widely used one called the knockout questionnaire. So I use an example for those in the home services professional where the candidate needs a valid driver's license or needs reliable transportation. One of the questions they can ask right away to a candidate who applies, do you have a valid US driver's license? And if that individual says no, that could be a knockout answer to where that person immediately goes down to the disqualified stage and they're taken out of the pipeline. And once again, this helps you save time because we've heard so many stories of clients who have gone through these amazing interviews, and at the end of the interview process, they realize, oh my gosh, they don't have a car, they don't have reliable transportation. This job includes a lot of driving. So this can really, really help you read through candidates and just go through and spend your time on the right candidate without feeling as if you're wasting your time. So these are other, we have the templates and scorecards. Those are other things that can help you manage candidates. So once you have all this set up, you're going to create jobs here. I will let Danielle kind of go over that very briefly. And then once you get all the jobs and all the active on our job boards, which one thing I forgot to mention, which is a really big thing, is that we can guarantee organic visibility to up to 50 plus job boards when you post your job to VIVAHR. I say up to only because sometimes job boards will be more specific to a certain profession. Maybe there's a job board that only posts medical field jobs or another job board that only does painting jobs. But we do have relationships with over 50 plus job boards. And so when you post a job via here, they get pushed out to all those job boards to get that organic visibility. So once those candidates come through, unfortunately, my demo does not have candidates here just yet, but they all will be here. And then you'll be able to see other information as far as resumes, scorecards. It's all going to be automatic. So you don't have to worry about logging into Indeed, logging into ZipRecruiter, and logging into Monster. Everything comes through here. So with that being said, I am going to stop sharing for the sake of time because I want to save time for questions. And I would like to pass it off to Danielle Danielle is going to be the one to talk about effective job description strategies and just really tips to help you have a strong and effective job post. Take the floor, Danielle.
All right. Can we all see my VivaHR account?
Yep.
All right, perfect. Oh, I need to log back in. Okay, so when we are creating our job postings, in order to get our candidates to be able to manage them, nurture them, all of that, we want to make sure that we are reaching enough people on the job boards first. So one really important way to do that is by writing an effective job description. So when you go in to post your job, when you're ready to post a new job, you'll just click this add new job button. I'm going to edit a current one so that we can see everything that's included. So the process is super simple. It is going to take you through a few different steps. You just need to fill in all of the information specific to that role. A couple important things to keep in mind. The first one is the job title. So it's really important to choose a job title that is going to get you the best results on the job boards. So the way that the job boards work is they work by pulling keywords from your job posting. So you want to make sure that you are using a job title that you think the job seeker will be typing into the search bar when they are looking for a job. So if you're hiring an administrative assistant, it's best to just use simple job title administrative assistant. If you are looking for a customer service representative, just want to use customer service representative. A lot of times people will want to add additional text like sign-on bonus, $2,000, something like that to really help attract more candidates to their position and help them stand out on the job boards. But what actually happens when you do this is that fewer candidates will be able to find your job posting. So the job boards are matching your job posting to what the job seeker is typing into the search bar. So generally, job seekers are not going to be typing all of this into the search bar when they're looking for the job. They're just going to be typing administrative assistant. So you really want to try to match that job title as best as you can in order to get the best results for your job posting. The next thing that is important to keep in mind is the job description. So we make this super easy for you. We give you some templates that you can use. So if you already have one, you can just type all of the information directly into the text box here. If you aren't sure where to start or you need a little bit of guidance, you can also use one of our job description templates. So we have a bunch of free templates over here for a bunch of different positions that you may need to hire for. You can select the job description that best fits your role. Once you add that, you will be able to go in and edit any of that text to make it specific to your company, specific to that position and what you're looking for. Some important things to keep in mind when creating your job posting is similar to the job title. The job boards are going to pull keywords from your job description. So once you've selected that title, you want to add that exact job title into the job description as many times as you can. So we typically recommend structuring it as a 1 to 2 paragraph intro where you describe the position you're hiring for, what you're looking for, talk a little bit about the company, what you do, maybe share some of your company values and what's important to you in an employee and someone who works there. It's good to try to include that job title in those opening paragraphs 2 to 3 times. So the more that you can actually include it in each of those paragraphs, the better. The more the job boards are going to pick up on that keyword. And when candidates are typing that into the search bar, they're going to match your job posting to what the candidate is typing. So we recommend doing the 1 to 2 paragraph intro and then breaking it down into some bullet pointed sections. So typically we recommend a duties and responsibilities section and then a requirements or qualifications section. And it's good to include the job title again in the titles for those bullet pointed sections. It's just going to help more candidates be able to find your job posting on the job boards. So in those sections, you can talk about what all will be involved in the role, what they will be responsible for, what qualifications you are looking for them to meet. And then if your company offers any perks or benefits, it's also great to include another section below that with those benefits bullet pointed. The more that you can include to attract people to your company, the more likely candidates will be to apply. So any perks, any benefits, anything that you offer to really create a great experience for your employees, you want to include all of that in your job description. And then one other thing that we offer, if you are starting from scratch and you need some assistance, you can use this feature right here to type in some information about the role, and our system will actually generate the job description for you. So if you're hiring an administrative assistant and you want to just type a few sentences about the role, any specific requirements you're looking for, so maybe you want 2 years of previous experience, you can type all of that in here, anything you know you want to include, click create, and our system is going to create that job posting for you. It will pull information from your account, everything that you filled out during onboarding when you were first signing up. It's going to pull that information about your company industry, and it's going to create a job posting for you. So you can then add this in here, and you will be able to make any edits that you need to that if you want to kind of customize it to your company a little bit more. So those are some ways that we make the job posting process really simple for you, and those are some great ways to help attract more candidates to your positions so that you can make sure you are finding the most qualified candidates for any of your open roles. And that is mostly it for the job description and optimizing your job postings. Do we have any questions or anything that we need to go over?
Yeah, well, thank you so much, Danielle and Desiree, for sharing these insights. This was super insightful, especially seeing how you can leverage AI with Viva HR to create these job postings. Really, really neat. I haven't seen any questions in the chat, so just wanted to open it up to anybody. Please feel free to come off mic and ask your questions to both Desiree and Danielle directly.
One thing I was going to ask Danielle, could you just briefly show what a candidate's profile would look like once a candidate comes through? I know my demo account didn't have any candidates, but.
Yes, so once candidates have applied to your open positions, you'll be able to go into that specific position. You can also access them from the candidate page right here. I will show you that in a second. All of your candidates will come in here. You can click on the candidate's name to go to their profile. So this is where you'll be able to view all of the candidate information. So you can view all of their contact information here. This is where you'll be able to change their pipeline stage. So what Desiree was showing you before with creating the different stage actions within your pipeline, this is where you'll be able to change the stage for your candidates. As soon as you do that, you'll see it update underneath their profile picture, and any stage actions you have set up in that stage will automatically occur once you move the candidate into that stage. You can view their resume from the candidate profile. you will be able to fill out scorecards. So everyone on your team, anyone who has a user account in your VivaHR account will be able to fill out their own scorecard for the candidate. You can create custom scorecards, or you can just rate the candidate out of 5 stars and leave comments about the candidate. So everyone will be able to log in and see comments that other team members have left. And it's really a great way to collaborate and be able to streamline that process as a team. All of your messages will also be found in the candidate profile. So any emails or text messages that you've sent out, you will send all messages from the candidate profile, and all of their replies will also come into the candidate profile. So you won't be contacting anyone directly from your email address. Everything will happen in your VivaHR account. There's a notes section, so any of your team members can also leave notes about the candidate. You'll be able to view what your other team members have said. You can have the candidate fill out questionnaires. So you can create custom questionnaires for each of your roles. You can have multiple questionnaires for certain roles, and you'll be able to send these out to your candidates. As soon as they fill them out, all of their responses will come in here to the candidate profile. And then you can also just view the activities. So anybody on your team who has changed their status, you'll be able to view all of that right here. And I think that is most of the candidate profile. Was there anything else you could think of, Desiree?
No, I mean, for the sake of time, and we can go over so many great things, but I know these are the most important ones. We want to make sure we have the jobs, how to create that, how to manage and nurture those candidates, and get those settings correct. So yeah, I don't know if there's any other questions or anybody. No. Doesn't look like it.
All right. Well, if nobody has any questions, we will definitely be taking the recording of this and posting it on Ruby's Alignable page and also on our website, just in case folks would like to see the VivaHR portal. So in that case, Desiree and Danielle, thank you so much for your time today. We really appreciate it. And I did drop a link in the chat if folks would like to check out VivaHR a little bit more.
Perfect. And I also included in my email as well, if anyone is interested and would like more customized demo, we're always more than happy to do that for you.
Thanks all.
Thank you.
Thank you. Looks like Wes needs the link. Let's see here. I'll get that link to you. Perfect. That's good. Thank you, everybody. We appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your day.